Hey everybody, it's my morning spot. There's the nursery. You're doing good. Looks like water flowing. We'll see how they do, but never fail, because in the cloudy, murky tank, wherever it is, I've got more Cory eggs. See? Where are they? There's some. There's some. There's some busy Corys. Busy. I don't know if there's more. There probably is. They are busy. They like that top corner because of the flow created by that air. So to collect the eggs, you got to get rid of that air. The eggs are hard because they don't really stick. I use a razor blade to scrape them off, but they don't really stick to the razor blade. So you got to kind of put a net underneath them, and then you're trying to manipulate the top so it don't slam down and the glass break. Look at the belly on that one, huh? Oh yeah, there's a mama. And those are two little boys, and they just love that current. Look at that. So I'm gonna leave them a while, hour maybe, till they stop, until the behavior stops, and then I'll collect those eggs. But I won't put them in that tumbler because those eggs should hatch in 2 days, 2 more days. So where do I put the other ones? I'm just gonna put them. I'm gonna stick them to the glass. I'm going to move the air, stick them in the glass, put the air back so that water keeps going, and hopefully we'll keep these guys like this away from them, because they'll try and eat them. Well, not try, will. The shrimp, however, they'll keep them clean. There's a ton of shrimp in there. So you might wonder, why don't you take out the snail shells or the dead snails? I'll tell you why. Because that's calcium. It'll go back in the water, and then the rest of the snails and shrimp will use that calcium in their shells. So there's 3 filters on this tank. This little Fluval 205, I don't know what it is, little Fluval canister. Hang on back, which is in need of a cleaning. Where is it? I don't know, it's back there somewhere. It needs to be, there it is. It's not too terrible. It's flowing pretty good. Now it's overflowing on the one side because I got carbon or Chemicure or something in there to try and draw out that cyanobacteria medicine. I think I cleared it up. I don't know. Usually the mistake I normally make is when I do treat for cyanobacteria, I don't take the lid off. And you really ought to, because it'll grow underneath the lid. So the best thing to do is take the lid out. Uh-oh. She's looking for breakfast. She is, anyway. Yeah. You know, if I didn't have that fish in here, that beta, I bet those little Cory cats would be right in there. I bet you. I bet I wouldn't have to take, I don't think they'd eat the fry. I don't know. I'd like to find out. But I don't know where do I put her in the meantime? I don't know. They're very busy. It's very cloudy still, but it's all right. I keep changing the floors. It's this big hornworts plant creating that mess. There they go, up in that flow. Like salmon, like little salmon. They're long ones. They're very busy. Uh-oh. Dun, 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 dun. There she is. She's on the hunt. Cory eggs. It's her favorite meal. She don't like that flow, though. That's the only thing keeping those eggs from getting eaten. So I leave them. I'll collect the eggs with the razor blade. You use the razor blade. Put a little brine shrimp net or something up under the razor blade, because the eggs are gonna fall off. They don't stick to the razor blade. I don't know why. I've had them stick at times, but they're not. They're spilling, and then they're getting eaten. I don't know who's eating them. Cory's eating them. I know that beta finds them. She'll gobble them up with her little pug nose. Look at that thing. There you have it. Just a little one for today. It looks like a lot of that cyano's gone, but I don't know. That green in the gravel and sand, that dark green, some people call it blue-green algae. It's not algae, it's cyanobacteria. And I don't know what's on that log. Is it cyano? I don't know. Might be algae. I had barbs, those golden barbs in this tank. No, rosy barbs in this tank, and they pretty much eradicated the hair algae out of it. But then I got some duckweed in it from the bottom tank, so that's another issue. There's always going to be something. But they like that flow, and they're all going to lay eggs there. So, Cory eggs, let me tell you, these Corys, they grow out in about, I think it was a month and a half. I was able to put them with the adults. They were fair enough size, maybe about, I don't know, 1/2 inch long, 3/8 of an inch long. But they were too big to eat for whatever's in this tank. And to be honest with you, the Corys don't really, I don't think the Corys would have bothered them. Because in the shrimp tank down below, the nursery tank, they don't eat those snails, or shrimp rather. They don't eat the shrimp at all. You know there's a ton in there. There's that little gold barb in here somewhere. He usually hides down there in that corner. I don't know if that's him or it's hard to focus. But those shrimp are, nothing wrong with those shrimp. I gotta put a little more water in there. It's been in better shape, but the water looks pretty good, and the eggs aren't fungus, so that's a good sign. Hopefully we'll continue like that. They got a little flow going through there. You got to have the flow with the eggs. Got to. That's why I'm going to put those eggs right there by the air, so it gets that flow on them. I think they'll be good if they don't get eaten by snails, like I said. So I'll take my chances, because I don't want to. Ideally, I'd have a bunch of these little tumblers, and then I could put batch after batch after batch in the tumblers. They're not really tumbling, but the water, the flow of the water is going past the eggs, as you can see it moving. And that's really what you want. They got to be like ventilated, so to speak. You can't leave them just sit still in still water. They don't like, eggs don't like, they don't do well in still water. So, that's all for today. The hunt is on. They're busy little guys. They really color up nice, especially the males. They get nice and dark with they got like an emerald green spot that's kind of like metallic looking, and then they have the orange and brown. They're pretty. There you go. Of course, the females aren't as pretty. Well, they're hungry little guys too. What do you feed them? Anything. They'll eat most anything. They like vegetables a lot. Feed your fish cucumbers. They really like that. They get like a slime coat on the cucumber. They just tear it up. Who don't like cucumbers? Who don't like orange Corys? Venezuelans. Orange Venezuelans. Who don't like them? They're the neatest little guys. They're very busy in the morning. They really like that spot. But I don't want to disturb them. I don't want to collect the eggs yet. And that's what they're doing. They're laying the eggs right there. See them? That's what you want to see. Started yesterday, continuing today. This usually go on from my experience so thus far, right? You get about 3-4 days of this, maybe 5. And you just collect the eggs. In a couple days, you got babies. And then a month, you could sell them. Maybe 2 months max. That's pretty good. 2-month turnaround, huh? Angelfish take about 4 to 6 months. And like I said, there's probably about 70 fish in here. It's a 40-gallon breeder. and it's cloudy as hell. But fish don't mind. I don't mind if the fish don't mind. All right. Have a happy day. Thanks for watching. Please please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to grow it. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments. I respond to every comment. I appreciate you all for all the subscribers that I have that have been with me. Help me polish this little turd up. We'll get a decent channel out of it. I hope. This is busy guys. Busy. Look at them all. I think they do better in the 75, and the reason for that is the surface area of the bottom. I think with any kind of catfish, you gotta have a big bottom, because they like the bottom a lot. Those are babies. That little baby there, she's probably small for a little male. The fry are kind of camo for a minute, and then they get their colors pretty quick. I could just go on and on and on, right? Look at that big fat girl. Sheesh. Who doesn't like a fat bottom girl? All right. Have a happy